Good day to all. Thank you everyone for attending today's virtual meeting through WebEx. I hope everyone stays safe at home. Let me introduce myself before we start the meeting. I am Danish Harif, the chairman of this meeting. Without any hesitation, I would like to start our meeting now. Ms. Amira, could you please confirm the attendance of the infra WebEx screen?
Sure, Datuk Danish. Mr. Suraj Kumar, Mr. Razman bin Muslim, and Ms. Sarali Wong were absent from the meeting. Everyone else was present. Datuk Danish, can we continue the meeting?
Thank you, Ms. Amira. Before the meeting begins, I would like to announce that we accept the previous minutes of meeting. Since the requisite quorum be present, I hereby call the meeting to order. I would like to commence the meeting by introducing fellow directors, which are Hisham Azman, Alina binti Abu Bakar, and lastly is Khalid bin Osman. And we believe that everyone had gone through the notice of meeting before entering this meeting. Anyone does not agree to that, please raise your hand. And if there are no people disagree with that, I would like to declare the notice of board meeting has been taken as read. Alright, Miss Amira, could you please explain the voting procedure to us as the resolution will be resolved via voting?
Yes, sure, Datuk Danish. For the voting procedure later, when Datuk Danish calls for a vote on resolution later, please raise your hand in front of the screen through Microsoft Teams. Any question? If no, I will pass back to Datuk Danish.
Thank you, Ms. Amira. The purpose of our virtual meeting today is to discuss some significant decisions in our company. Can Ms. Amira explain our agenda for today?
That's my pleasure. Our agenda today are as below. Firstly, discuss and confirm date of next AGM. Second one is do a final review and approve audited financial statement. The third one is to discuss the qualification of removal Datuk Khalid bin Usman from Office of Director of Company. The fourth one is discussing to appoint Ms. Janice Wong as a director of the company. The fifth one is finalize the re-election to directors of the company. The sixth is recommendation of the same amount as previous financial year for director fees and benefit for the coming year. 7. Renew the appointment of the auditor and fixing fees of auditor. 8. Obtain authority to issue shares under Company Act 2016 Section 75 and 76. 9. Finalize and authorize notice of annual general meeting issued by company secretary.
We will start our first agenda for this meeting. We need to discuss and confirm the date for our next annual general meeting. I would like to suggest AGM held on 30 January 2021. Is there any concerns, Ms. Amira?
The suggested date seems fine for me, Datuk Danish. How about others?
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, I think I have to go for outstation on that date.
Yes, sure. How about 31st January 2021?
I will be free.
I'm sorry, I cannot attend the meeting since I have another meeting on 31st January 2021.
If that's so, I think we need to find another date. Can I book for 22nd January 2021?
I can attend on that day.
Yes, I can attend on that date.
Me too. I do not have any problem to attend the meeting on that day.
Sure, we can.
Okay, since all of us agree with that day, we will hold our next AGM on 22nd January 2021. The venue will be held virtually at Webex as well due to COVID-19 outbreak and the movement restriction rules by government. Later, I will send a notice to all of you about this AGM.
Okay, we will move to next agenda, which is review the audit report and request the financial auditor for approval. I will invite Ms. Alina to present to us the audited financial statements for the financial year ended 30 September 2020.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and everyone who attend the meeting today. In fact, the auditor have reviewed the financial statement of Kripi Dynasty Berhad, which is the consolidated income statement as at September 30, 2020, statement of financial position, consolidated statement of changes in equity, statement of changes in equity. According to auditor opinion, our company financial statement have no major misstatement and faithfully represent the company financial performance. The auditor has a true and fair view of our company financial statement in accordance with Malaysian Financial Reporting Standard (MFRS), International Financial Reporting Standard (IFRS), and the requirement of Company Act 2016 in Malaysia. The auditor has issued an unqualified audit report for our company.
May I know whether the auditor has any board of director?
Sure, Hisham. Audit committee typically approve selection of external auditor. Hence, the auditor committee will ensure that external auditor is independent, meaning no conflict of interest is it that may interface with the auditor ability to issue an opinion on the financial statement for both audit committee and external auditor, integrity in auditing and accounting process. Are there any questions to ask?
No.
No.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Alina. I assume the report is quite well prepared. So, any question or feedback from the board on this final review and audited financial statement that need to be approved? Since there is no question, Miss Amira, could you please count the vote through the screen?
Okay, Datuk Danish.
If you agree to approve the audited financial statements, please raise your hand.
All have agreed to approve the audited financial statement, Datuk Danish.
If that's so, I declare that the resolution to approve the audited financial statements for the year ended 30 September 2020 of the company is passed. So, at the next AGM, the audited financial statements will be presented.
Our third agenda is regarding removal of Datuk Khalid from Office of Director of the company.
Regarding the notice from Mr. Roslan and his wife to remove Datuk Khalid, can we just ignore the notice, Miss Amira? This is because I do not agree to remove Datuk Khalid.
I am sorry, Datuk Danish. We cannot ignore the notice from Mr. Roland and his wife. This is because, according to Section 311 subsection 3A, the shareholders who have 10% paid-out capital is allowed to call for a meeting to remove the director. Since Mr. Roslan and his wife has fulfilled this requirement, so he has the right to call for a meeting to remove director. And if director ignore the notice, members still have the right to call for the members meeting.
Oh, I see. So there is any other requirement in order to remove director?
Yes, Dato, we only can remove Dato Kelly if we can get majority 50% voting of shareholders. If we cannot get majority 50% voting of shareholders, so we cannot remove Dato Kelly.
Okay, thank you, Miss Amira, for the explanation. We will discuss again this matter when we have a meeting with our shareholders.
Alright, Dato. The next agenda is related with previous agenda. This agenda is about to discuss an appointment Miss Janice Wong as director of the company. Based on the notice Mr. Roslan, he want to appoint Miss Janice Wong as a director to replace Miss Datuk Khalid.
Miss Amira, for appointment of new director, does we need to get voting right from shareholder?
Yes, Datuk Danish, for appointment of director, we need 50% majority in ordinary resolution.
Thank you again for the explanation, Miss Amira. We will discuss again regarding Agenda 3 and Agenda 4.
Okay, noted, Dato.
Are there any questions to ask?
No.
So, Miss Amira, we shall proceed to next agenda.
Sure, Dato.
So, our fifth agenda for this meeting is discussing on the re-election of director for the upcoming annual general meeting. We will discuss about the re-election and retirement of directors and finalize it today, where two of our directors are going to be retired during the company AGM, right, Miss Amira?
Yes, Dato Danish. We should propose two persons among the directors to retire during the AGM. According to the provision of the Company Act 2016 under Section 205 subsection 3B, every subsequent year, 1/3 of the members of Board of Directors shall be retired from the board during AGM. We must decide who should be retired from the board this year.
How do we determine who retired? Can you explain more to us, Miss Amira?
Of course, according to Section 205 subsection 4 of the Company Act 2016, the retirement of directors must be the directors who have been service longest in office since the director last election. So, Hisha Azman and Suraj Kumar will be retired in the coming AGM. Company will appoint any person who qualified to fill casual vacancy at AGM, which a director retires. However, if there is no appointment to fill casual vacancy and the director offers himself for re-election, he may be re-elected unless the company resolves not to fill the vacant office or the resolution to re-elect the director did not get the majority or lost.
Thank you for the explanation and suggestion. May I know, is there any suggested person to be a director?
No, Mr. Chairman.
No.
No.
Since there is no suggestion person to be re-elected as director, I declare that the company resolved not to fill the vacated office is passed. Now we will continue to discuss the sixth agenda. Now we proceed to the next resolution on the agenda. The proposal for this item is the same as the director's fee for the previous fiscal year and the benefit amount for the next year. Miss Amira, do you want to present the resolution?
Yes, Dato. As we all know, due to COVID-19 outbreak, our company's financial situation is worrying. We do not want to dismiss the employee because our company has considered their difficulties very carefully. Therefore, we recommend that you maintain the director's remuneration and benefit for the coming year.
I agree as a director of this company. I think that we should be considered about this matter. We should reduce the pandemic impact on employee by providing psychological and financial support to our employee.
Yes, I think we should play a role in COVID-19 period. Does anyone want to oppose the resolution? Please raise your hand. Since all the members of the board of directors agree to the resolution, I declare the resolution passed. Thank you very much for taking care of employees and the company. Shall we go to the next agenda now?
Yes.
Okay, now we will continue to discuss the seventh agenda of today's meeting. Miss Amira, could you please explain the resolution for us?
Sure, Dato Danish. For your information, Johari and Company is reappointed as our company auditors to office until the conclusion of the next annual general meeting. Authority B and hereby is given for the board of directors to fix their remuneration. Besides that, we should discuss regarding fees of auditor.
Thank you, Miss Amira. Is there any other question? Does everyone agree to the reappointment? And for the fees, I think we should fix the amount same as previous year.
I think everyone will agree. During Johari and Ko's role as a company auditor, their work was excellent and gave a lot of fair view.
So let's vote now. If you agree, please raise your hand. Miss Amira, please pay attention to the screen and count the votes.
Mr. Dato, as we have seen, every board members present agreed to reappoint Johari and Company as the company auditors.
Since everyone agree with it, then we will proceed Johari and Co as our company auditor in AGM. Next, we will move to the next agenda, which is obtain authority to issue pursuant to Section 75 and 76 of the Companies Act 2016. The company who will want to issue 10% of the issue and pay up capital of the company, subject to the relevant required approvals such as Bursa Securities, to allot and issue new shares in the company, or to make or grant offers, agreements or options in respect of such shares, including to make or grant offers, agreements or options which would or might require share in the company to be issued after the expiration of the approval.
Can I know if there is a limitation on the aggregate number of issued shares?
Yes, sure. The aggregate number of shares issued may not exceed 10% of the company's total issued and paid up capital.
In my opinion, I think this proposal was not in the best interest of the company and therefore I disagree the resolution.
Moreover, which is to take note of the Board of Directors on our recommendation to shareholders regarding the reduction in share capital. This result comes from the last Directors' resolution on 15 March 2020. For all directors' information, most of the directors have been agreed to consolidate the share capital from 60,438,000 units into 8,219,300 unit ordinary shares of the existing of the company. It also means 2 shares into 1 share. Is everyone clear? This recommendation of a reduction in share capital will therefore be one of the agenda for the shareholders to make their decisions during the next AGM.
Does everyone agree for proposal regard with the share capital? Please raise your hand if you agree the authorization. Dato' Danish, it seems like the majority is disagree to pass the resolution.
Thank you, Ms. Amira. Since the vote show majority disagree with this, hereby I cannot declare that the agenda is resolved.
Alright, Dato' Danish, I will include this in our coming AGM agenda.
Okay, our last agenda for this meeting is regarding the notice and agenda for the next incoming annual general meeting.
As discussed at the first agenda, our AGM will be held virtually on Webex at 10 p.m.
Apart from getting the board's approval on the matters, we will bring the following issues to AGM. First, receive the audited financial statements together with the reports of the directors and auditors thereon for the financial year 30 September 2020. Second, removal of Datuk Khalid bin Osman from Office of Director of Company. Third, appointment of Ms. Janice Wong as Director of Company. Fourth, re-election of directors. Fifth, approve payment of directors' fees and remuneration as described of the appointment for the financial year ending 2021 until next annual general meeting of the company held in the year 2022. Sixth, to reappoint Johari and Co as auditor, and lastly is obtain authority to issue shares pursuant to Section 75 and 76 of the Companies Act 2016. Thanks for your attention. The AGM notice will be circulated by the Secretary Ms. Amira at least 21 days before the AGM, which means by 1 January 2021.
For your information, Now we already finished our meeting agenda for today. Thanks for your precious time. Your kind cooperation is highly appreciated.
I think that's all about our meeting. Is there any other agenda we missed out, Miss Amira?
No, we have covered all of the agenda for the meeting.
It is great that we can finish all of our agenda. As a review on what happened in this meeting today, Miss Amira, can you conclude for us on what we have discussed today?
Sure. First agenda is the date of next annual general meeting has been decided on 22nd January 2021. The second agenda is the audited financial statement for the year ended 30th September 2020 had been approved by the board members. So, the audited financial statement will be presented in the next AGM. Third agenda is all directors have understood regarding requirement to remove director and we should get majority 50% voting of shareholders. Fourth agenda is to appoint Ms. Janice Wong as director and replace the position of Dr. Datuk Khalid. We should get 50% majority in ordinary resolution. The fifth agenda is Ishan Azman and Suresh Kumar will be retired in the coming AGM, and there is no appointment or re-elected director to fill casual vacancy. Sixth agenda is all directors agreed that the same amount in the previous fiscal year will be used for director remuneration and benefit in the next year. Seventh agenda is we appoint Johari and Company as the company auditors until the end of the next annual general meeting. Eighth agenda is all the board members did not approve the resolution to issue share pursuant to Section 75 and 76 of the Company Act 2016. The ninth agenda is notice of annual general meeting issued by company secretary has been finalized and authorized.
For the conclusion made by our secretary, if there is no other matter that need to be discussed, I would like to look for a motion to adjourn.
I propose the meeting to be adjourned.
Yes, I agree.
I agree with also.
I now adjourn the meeting. Thank you all for coming today.
Now, we will end our board of director meeting now. You may leave the meeting now. Thank you.